Welcome back here to the Arcata Ballpark. Game 2 of our doubleheader between the West Coast Kings and the Humboldt Crabs. Crabs took game 1 by a score of 6-4 alongside the Professor Benjamin Schaefer, Mitchell Manji for an unusual, the only doubleheader of the year. As we get ready for first pitch here, shortly warming up on the mound is Cameron Sasso, who will take the mound for the Crabs.
There must have been some league reason why we had to play the Kings 4 games. I don't know.
It's above my pay grade, that's for sure.
That's right.
So let's take a look at the lineup for the Kings game 2. Leadoff, center fielder Joey D'Amelio. Third baseman Daniel Polisek bats second. Kirk Wolf plays second, bats third. Keone Coloma, the right fielder, batting cleanup. Jaden Lee bats fifth and left. Vince Vanderwall moves to first base. He'll bat sixth. Seventh behind the dish, Benji O'Rourke. The designated hitter, Gio Martini, bats eighth. Shortstop Rogan Brody is ninth, and on the mound is Cruz Van Slyke.
And for
the Kings.
For our Crabs, it'll be Keenan Morris leading off at third base. Tyler Howard in right field bats second. Cameron Sewell, second base, bats third. Adam Enyart will be the DH and bat cleanup. Houston Hirschkorn at first base bats fifth. Liam Forsyth will catch and bat sixth. Jacob Pappas in left field bats seventh. Elijah McNeil at shortstop bats eighth. Timmy Reed will be in center field. He'll bat ninth. And on the mound for the Crabs, it's Cameron Sasso, who yet again this year, in some limited appearances, has been just great for the Crabs.
Kenleyville native will work out of this stretch. D'Amelio into the right-handed hitter's batter's box. First pitch of game 2 is in there for a called strike. 84 miles an hour painted in there from Sasso. Righty on righty is the little bit of sun just left out on the warning track. Lights are on. There's a chopper to short. Throw to first is in time, on target from McNeil, and quickly one away. So D'Amelio came on in relief for the Kings in game 1. Grounds out to start game 2. So now it's Polisek, third baseman, left-handed hitter. Sharply hit to second. Toss on to first by Sewell is in time. Quickly now 2 away.
Well, this game's already rolling right along.
Let's keep that pace.
Indeed.
Kirk Wolf now playing second. He started in center last game, moved down to second base about halfway through. And pitches inside, nearly hit him. Fastball for a ball. Crowd dwindled out, maybe about half the people still remaining here for game 2. See if we any people trickling back in.
Real fans stay for both games.
Is that why you're here?
That's why I'm here.
Okay.
That's absolutely why I'm here.
Pitch was low for a ball, 2-0 now. Sasso again out of the stretch. 2 away. Top of the first, game 2 here from the Arcata Ballpark. That pitch misses low and in. So after quickly retiring the first 2 hitters, Sasso now behind Wolf. The 3-0. Inside, 4-pitch walk. Wolf makes his way down to first base. That'll bring up former Crab, the cleanup hitter, Keone Coloma. Right fielder for the second game. Coloma knows about hitting baseballs over towards City Hall. Had a towering home run. You can remember last year, it was so high, it just carried all the way out. Didn't go that far, but the high angle as he takes first pitch in there for a called strike. Sasso back on the strike column. Short lead at first Maybe 1 or 2 steps off the bag for Wolf. Being held on by Hirschkorn. 0-1. Chopper to the left side. Over is Morris. Up with it. Throw to first.
Man.
Very nice play by Morris at third. So Sasso allows a walk. Otherwise makes light work of the Kings. Through the top of the first, it's 0 for the Kings. Crabs coming to bat here on ESPN 107.3. Back at the Arcata Ballpark. Game 2 of our doubleheader. So far on the series, Crabs and Kings. 1 game apiece. Kings won last night, 6-2. Crabs took game 1 of doubleheader here today. Score 6-4. Play 7 this evening and a full 9 of the matinee tomorrow. This will be the top of the order for the Crabs. Morris, Howard, Sewell. In the lineup. First 5 the same as game 1. And some substitutions on the back half of the lineup card.
Morris was 1 for 3 in the first game.
On the hill for the Kings, the right-hander, Cruz Van Slyke. Benji O'Rourke will be behind the dish defensively for the Kings. First pitch is popped up and out of play. Defensively for the Kings, left to right across the infield. Polsek at third, Rogan Bodie at short, Wolf at second, Vanderwall at first. Jaden Lee's in left, Joey D'Amelio in center, and Keone Coloma, the right fielder. Working out of the stretch, Van Slyke. The 0-1 popped up again, out of play again. Quickly 0-2 now to Morris. That ball was right down the heart of the plate, too. Just got underneath it. The 0-2. Stays away. Went right over the top of the glove, too, of O'Rourke behind the plate.
O'Rourke didn't think much of that. He's going out to the mound.
First 2 pitches were right there as well. So now Morris stands back in. He's ready. Left-handed hitter against the righty, Van Slyke. The 1-2. Outside again. Count evens at 2 apiece. Howard awaits in the on-deck circle. But first the 2-2 from number 22. That one's cranked, but shallow. Second baseman, Wolf, out and makes the catch. And looked like good wood on it, but just extremely underneath it. And all those.
He's been underneath a lot of pitches tonight, I noticed.
A couple of fouls and.
In the first game as well, he was under it.
Pop up. So now it's Tyler Howard. Howard playing right. He played center in game 1. Righty on righty.
In the first game, he was 0 for 2, but he did have a sacrifice fly.
And takes that pitch low and away for a ball. 76 miles an hour there from Van Slyke. The 1-0. The chopper to short, charging in. Bodie, the throw, not in time. An infield single for Howard. And Van Slyke on the mound, a little indecisive on whether he should try to run that down. It was probably closer to him as the pitcher, but Bodie was charging in. Deferred to a shortstop, which usually is the right play, but I don't even know if Van Slyke got that one if he was going to have a shot.
I don't think he would have.
To get Howard.
He would have had to turn.
And Howard's got some wheels. So now Cameron Sewell, the Crowns player batting over 400, stands in. Runner goes. Pitch is there, called strike. The throw on target, but missed by the shortstop Bodie, coming to cover. And diving in safely with a stolen base is Howard. So with one away, that breaks up the double play possibility. The 0-1 high and tight for a ball. Van Slyke adjusts his cap on the mound, steps back on the rubber. Comes set, takes a quick glance back to second, and delivers.
Ooh.
Tried to check his swing, did Sewell, but even if he went around, it was still a strike, or didn't go around, I should say. The 1-2. Cranked, but foul down the right field side. Sewell got good wood on that one, but unable to keep it in play. So count stays 1-2. Runner at second is Howard. Pitch is fouled out of play. Enyard awaits on deck circle. Well, Benjamin, if you're going to buy 50-50 tickets, I'd say this is the game to do it. The odds look to be a little more in your favor with not many people sticking it out for game 2.
You know, that's the paradox is the odds are in your favor, but the payoff's not as good, unfortunately.
Pitches outside for a ball, 2-2. Sounds like you just need to adjust your attitude. That might help.
It's not enough to win. You know, I want to win big.
Okay. One away. Howard the runner at second. Here's the 2-2 to Sewell. Oh, turning and gonna walk Howard back to second base. Well, the first pitch to Sewell is when Howard swipes second. Here is the 2-2. Popped up, right side. First baseman Vanderwall in foul territory. He makes the catch. Right there with him as well was Van Slyke, the pitcher.
Looked like the breeze caught that one. It started drifting back towards home plate.
Yeah, Vanderwall tracked it the whole way, too. We'll stay underneath it. Sewell's retired for the second out. Now it's Enyard. Trying to avoid stranding Howard in scoring position with 2 away in the bottom of the first. No score. Enyard breaking ball taken. Strike called at the top of the zone. But if you spend more money, that will increase the pot.
That's right. I hadn't thought of that. That's a good point. That's
the 0-1.
That's shrewd.
fouled off on the right side. Hey, you can't badmouth. That did not contribute.
I haven't played since end of June, I think I stopped playing. I just decided.
The last time you were here?
Yeah, right.
The 0-2 is down and away for a ball.
I just decided, you know, it doesn't want me, I don't want it. I never win.
That was the best part.
I've been playing for over 20 years. I've never won. Almost everybody who's associated with the Crabs, who's a volunteer, has won.
1-2 is off the plate again. 2-2. Two-way here, bottom of the first, no score. Benjamin Schaefer, Mitchell Manji. Tyler back in our Eureka studio. Van Slyke, couple looks back to second, now deals high and the count runs full. Houston Hirschkorn is in the on-deck circle for the Crabs. Should Enyart find his way on base?
Enyart was 0 for 2 in the first game.
Runner goes, Van Slyke, that's a shot right back up the middle, rounding third, and Howard will score. The throw goes past the first baseman. I thought that was for sure into center. I started watching Howard rounding third and coming in, but Kirk Wolf with a spectacular play at second to spear that one and prevent it from going into the outfield. He had a play at first, but an RBI single from Enyart.
I thought he caught it on the fly, but he didn't.
So Hirschkorn now with the Crabs on top, 1-0. And Enyart continues to add to his impressive RBI total this season. First pitch is chopper to third. The long throw to first is in time to retire Hirschkorn on one pitch, but not before the Crabs strike first. They lead it 1-0 at the end of one here on ESPN 107.3. Back at the yard, Crabs on top, 1-0, game two of our doubleheader. Looking for a, hopefully take both games for the Crabs tonight. Game one was a 6-4 victory. West Coast Kings out of Pleasant Hill, California. It will be 5, 6, 7, Lee, Vanderwall, and O'Rourke. Do it for the Kings. Cameron Sasso back on the mound for his second inning of work. First pitch. Misses for a ball. Tries the inside this time, and wow, a generous strike there. Boop.
You're going to see some generous strikes with this umpire. He has a wide strike zone.
There's another. That one's in the zone, though.
And he's not afraid to use it.
Pitch popped the glove at 85 miles an hour, but missed high. 2-2. 2-2 wave.
Oh, nasty pitch. Great pitch. Sasso has that frisbee slider.
Made Lee look silly there. Now it's Vanderwall, left-handed hitter. Caught last game, given his knees a rest, will play first here tonight. First pitch is a shot up the middle. It's going to get down for a single into center. Timmy Reed corrals it. Gets the ball back in to hold Vanderwall at first. First hit of the game for the Kings. Their first hit last game didn't come until, I believe, the 5th inning.
That's right.
Yeah, Frogus was 6 strong.
He was dealing.
So it's Vanderwall at first. Sasso comes home to O'Rourke, and it's a pop-up on the infield. Hirsch Cornett, first baseman, calling everybody off and making the catch. So Sasso, like you said on that slider, got a wave at miss. I mean, but other than that, he's a pitch to contact guy. Fastball stays.
Yeah, that's right.
Middle of the mid-80s, and it's good. Trust your defense behind you.
He gets a lot of ground balls, too.
Now it's Martini, designated hitter. Takes almost right there, but a smidge low. Sasso doesn't get it. 1-0. Short lead at first for Vanderwall. That one didn't really catch the outside part of the zone, but was on the outside part of the plate, called a strike. But that's going to be our strike zone. Expanded, to say the least.
I was going to say, he's got a wide strike zone for sure.
1-1 now with 2 away. Vanderwall dancing at first. That one way outside. I'd have questions if that one was considered part of the expanded strike
I'd
zone.
wait to call it because you'll be surprised.
Bite my tongue a little bit.
You'll be shocked what counts as a strike.
Benjamin, I think you should be the umpire for at least one game before you retire.
I think that's true.
The 2-1. Fouled straight back to the screen.
But I want to stand on
that would be
side.
entertaining because then...
I want to stand on the other side of the screen, though.
And then we'll have all the umpires up in the booth yelling down at you. 2 balls, 2 strikes for Sasso. 2 outs in the second.
You know, I'm just trying to help.
And we sincerely appreciate that. Throw over to first. Vanderwall dives back in safely. Didn't really need to dive, but good excuse to get the jersey a little dirty. Make sure everybody knew you played.
I was going to say, I don't think you want to leave a game without a dirty jersey.
A ball down and away. Count runs full. So full count now, 2 outs. Vanderwall will be going with the pitch at first. Hirschhorn backs off, not holding him on anymore. Pitch to Martini. Swing and a miss. Martini is retired. So the Kings get a single and leave him stranded at first. On to the bottom of the second. Crabs on top, 1-0 on ESPN 107.3. Bottom of the second, here from the Arcata Ballpark. Crabs on top, 1-0. I think we should thank some of our sponsors, unless you hit them all.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. No, I didn't hit. I only hit one or two.
I think you
How
just
about
wrote them off. You threw those, those wonderful, generous sponsors to the wayside.
That's right. Thanks to Cypress Grove Cheese. We had some just last night in the booth, and it was delicious. The leading producer of delicious artisan goat cheese, including Humboldt Fog, one of the most famous cheeses in the country, proudly based in Arcata. Cypress Grove cheeses are available at cheese shops and grocery stores nationwide and online at cypressgrovecheese.com. There's nothing like that Humboldt Fog feeling.
Here is the catcher, Liam Forsyth.
Forsyth didn't play in the first game.
It's down and in, takes it for a ball. Inning number 2 for Van Slyke.
He comes in batting .305, 17 games.
So what we were talking about in the first, having 2 really solid catchers.
Yeah.
Especially doubleheaders, that's a major advantage.
The 1-0, he fouls it out of play.
So Forsyth, 1-1 now. Play game 1, and we'll let Suarez ice his knees here for game 2. Working out of the stretch, Van Slyke. The pitch. Ooh, big swing there. Came up empty.
Boy, he was fooled.
An off-speed pitch. Way out in front was Forsyth. It's 1-2. Now it's officially cooled off. The sun is no longer out. Lights are on at the ballpark.
It's chilly. Oh, no, my heater went off again.
The 1-2 waved at and missed. On a pitch even further out of the zone. The throw down to first is too high, and Forsyth is safe. So a strikeout swinging, and Forsyth reaches first on an error by the catcher. Throw from O'Rourke was airmailed to first.
We don't see that very often.
Yeah, and Vanderwall, full extension to try and snag it. Just brushed the top of his glove. So Forsyth now takes his short lead. First pitch is inside and gets by O'Rourke.
Well, my heater just gave out completely.
And that is the breaking news of the night.
That's the important news of the night.
So Forsyth takes second on the wild pitch. It's 1-0 to Jacob Pappas. Pappas, a Fresno State Bulldog. Playing left field here. Shows bunt, drops one down third base side, but foul.
That was close.
And he knew it was foul and took the bat back with him. Took the bat with him all the way to first. Didn't have to reach down and pick it back up. So it'll be 1-1 now. Nobody out here. Bottom of the second. Crabs on top, 1-0. Forsyth is the runner at second, courtesy of some mistakes. Reached on a strikeout and an error. Took second on a wild pitch. It's a pretty good sized lead. 1-1 breaking ball. Started right at Pappas, finished in the zone, called strike 2. Beautiful pitch there from Van Slyke. Crabs got 1 run on 2 hits in the first. A runner on second, nobody out here. 1-2 is cranked into left, a line drive, that'll get down. And a stop sign held up by Giacomini, third base coach. And a single for Pappas. Only 72 off the bat, but was very loud. Forsyth advances to third. Bat boy in the Bobby Witt Jr. jersey. Here's a shortstop, Elijah McNeil, 8th place hitter. The runners on
playing the first game, sorry.
First and third with nobody out. Really good situational spot here. Van Slyke to throw over to first. Diving back in safely is Pappas.
Neal comes in at 250.
McNeil with the bright pink batting gloves. Swings and misses. Looked like he was indecisive there.
Yeah.
It was a breaking ball, came in at 78 miles an hour and a late swing on it.
I think he wanted it and then.
He wanted it, didn't want it, and then wanted it.
That's right. Yeah, I think that's what happened.
So no balls, 1 strike now to McNeil. Pitch stays just a bit too high. 1-1. Timmy Reed on deck, then the top of the order already for the Crabs. First and third, nobody out here, bottom 2. In game 2 of our doubleheader. So we'll be just 7 innings here this evening. A chopper down the third base line, foul.
Just foul.
And Crabs fans not happy.
No, but it was foul. It passed. It missed third base.
I know you have a great angle right down the line.
Yeah. It was close, but it was foul.
The strike zone may be a little bit expanded, but the foul line stays the same here.
That stays, yep.
So count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes. Pitch. Check swing. They will appeal. No swing, says Stephen Young, first base umpire. Count evens 2-2. McNeil stands back in. The pitch. Skied on the right side. Shallow right center. Second baseman, right fielder coming over. Sliding catch and he drops it. That's fair. Into score Forsythe. Into second safely as the ball skates by. Wolf, the second baseman. Pappas is in there. He held close to first. As McNeil's aboard with another single. Back-to-back base knocks for the Crabs.
That was just perfectly placed. It was really.
And it was a full sprint from the second baseman, Wolf, and Coloma in right. And Coloma got a glove on it, but just really laid out for it.
From the University of San Francisco, number 3, Timmy Reed.
So now 9-slot hitter Timmy Reed. Lefty's batting .227 on the year, but as we talked in game 1, gets on base quite a bit. He shows bunt, pops it, foul. So Crabs with 2 runs in already. First and second, still nobody out. We saw the pitchers in game 1 have a very short leash from manager Kyle Gross. Pitch to Reed is fouled off. Quickly now 0-2. So game 4 will be tomorrow at 12:30. Back to our regularly scheduled programming after a 5:30 start this afternoon. No balls, 2 strikes. The pitch. Backdoor slider called.
Nice pitch.
Strike 3.
Too bad.
It's expanded strike zone, but it is consistent.
It is consistent.
Strike already called in that same location earlier in the inning. It's out number 1. Keaton Morris will get his second at bat in as many innings. Leadoff hitter, former Eureka High logger, is ready. Van Slyke a glance to second and deals. Left that outside for a ball, 1-0. Crabs on top 2-0. Kings already have somebody getting loose in the bullpen. Morris takes inside for a ball. 2-0. Ball had a lot of horizontal movement to it. Very close to the strike zone. That one skied to left center. Hauled in by the left fielder Lee. Runners retreat, and there are now 2 away.
Now batting for the Crabs, number 17, Tyler Howard.
So here's Howard. He's got a single, a stolen base, and a run scored already. With 2 on and 2 out. Pitch. There's a chopper to short and through the wickets. Rounding third is Pappas, and he will score. So an RBI as Howard reaches on the air. Bodie watched it, and watched it through his legs.
Yeah, that's exactly right. That's just what. Yep, that's what happened.
Now to play for the Crabs, number 11, Cameron Sewell.
So as Pappas comes around, it's from second to score. McNeil advances 90 feet. So still first and second with 2 outs, and here's Sewell. Popped out to the first baseman, foul territory. First at bat. That one's fouled back to the screen.
Error is costing the Kings here, 2 in the inning.
Wind blowing gently out to left center field. Crabs up 3-0. Bottom 2. Pitch is inside to Sewell, 1-1. Left-handed hitting Sewell having a fantastic year at the plate for the Crabs. The 1-1, way inside, good snag. O'Rourke prevented the runners from advancing there by gloving that. 2-1. And yards on decks should Sewell get aboard. The 2-1. It's a chopper foul down the first base line. Two balls, two strikes, 2 outs. Oh my goodness. Plagued by the hiccups here. Pitch fouled back, and Sewell will live to see another. McNeil, the runner, at second. Howard at first with 2 away. Crabs already have 2 runs in here in the bottom of the second.
Both unearned.
And the pitch. Skied up. Just on the edge of the outfield grass, it will be Rogan Bodie making the snag. So 2 runs for the Crabs. They lead it 3-0 on to the third here on ESPN 107.3.
We are back. Crabs leading 3-0 in the top of the third inning. It'll be Bodie, D'Amelio, and Polasek for the Kings against Cameron Cameron Sasso. Three runs, 4 hits, no errors for the Crabs. No runs, 1 hit, 2 errors for the Kings. Crabs won the first game, 6-4. Here's the pitch, and that one's tapped foul. 0-1. Sasso at the belt, the 0-1. Hit in the air to shallow right field. Sewell going out behind first base, and he's got it for out number 1. Top of the order, here's D'Amelio. He rounded to short his first at bat. Tomorrow, 12:30. Crabs will meet the Kings again. And then the midweek, I believe it's the Solano Mudcats coming in the midweek, is that right? The Seals baseball coming in. I knew it was some aquatic creature. Strike on the outside corner, 0-1. The Seals coming in, and then next week, the big series with Healdsburg. It's probably the most important series of the season. 0-1 the count. From the set, here's the pitch. The 0-1 is popped in the air, shallow right field. Sewell going out again. And in almost the same spot, he makes out number 2. So here's Polasek. He grounded to second base in his first at bat. Sasso so far making quick work of the Kings. Here's the pitch. And that's right down the middle for a called strike. 77 mile an hour pitch. Great breaking pitch. 0-1. And whoa, that was a nasty slider that broke in over the heart of the plate. 80 miles an hour, 0-2. Man, that had a bend in it. Oh, that was like a paperclip. 0-2. The 0-2 is in the air to shallow left field. That could be trouble. It's going towards the line, on the run, and making the catch is Pappas, and that ends the inning. Kings go meekly in the third. The Crabs lead 3-0. This is exciting Crabs baseball, 107.3 FM.
Back here at the Arcata Ballpark, bottom of the third inning, Crabs on top, 3-0. We got a new pitcher already on the mound.
It's Henry Sousa, number 10.
So Sousa, lefty. Getting loose.
Thanks to Charleston Tree Services, here to help you with your growing concerns. locally owned and operated family business, has served homeowners and commercial property owners throughout Humboldt County since 2007. Also, Compass Community Credit Union. Hey, Crabs fans, Compass Community Credit Union is happy to point you toward a better banking experience. Visit their conveniently located branches in Arcata and Eureka or online at compassccu.org. That's compassccu.org, and also the North Coast Co-op.
Got through those ad reads about as quickly as this game's moving along. Speedily on into the bottom of the third. Crabs up 3-0, looking for more. The designated hitter, Adam Enyart, to face Souza. The lefty deals, and Enyart fouls that out of play. First pitch came in at 82 miles an hour.
The umpires in Medford are sponsored. The reading of the umpires' names is sponsored by a dispensary in Medford, which I find pretty funny.
I'm surprised it's not the case here.
That's pretty clever.
Enyart takes the low for a ball, 1-1. Pitch is off the plate, but a called strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes now to Enyart. Pitch, waved at and missed. Chased an off-speed pitch out of the zone, and Enyart goes down swinging. It's out number 1. Again, Crabs on top here, bottom of the third, 3-0. That'll bring up Hirschkorn. Grounded out to third in his first at bat. Righty steps in and is ready. Takes that. Called strike. Fastball painted on the lower third of the zone. No balls, 1 strike. Working quickly is Sousa. That's an off-speed pitch. Stays outside. 1-1. The 1-1 is ripped. A 1-hopper to Bodie at short. Handled well. Throw on to first is in time, and Hirschkorn retired. Well played by Rogan Bodie there at short. Good read not to come charging in, as that took a short hop about 5-6 feet in front of him. Made it look easy.
Sure did.
So quickly 2 away now. Here's Liam Forsyth. Forsyth struck out swinging, reached on an error, went to second on a wild pitch, and ended up coming around to score. First pitch to him is way outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Sousa does work pretty quickly out on the mound. Here's the pitch. That's low, 2-0.
I think everybody appreciates that. If every pitcher worked like that, we wouldn't need that stupid clock.
That's what I would say about Miles Standish as well.
Yep.
You know, he came up to me. He's like, "Are you the one who made the comment about me working quickly, not needing the pitch clock?" He goes, "I liked that." It's like, "Oh, I appreciate that." We all do.
It's true, yeah.
Ball misses way in the left-handed batter's box. Not even close. 3-0. So Forsyth took a second. Now he's ready. 3-0. Ran inside, almost hit him. And a 4-pitch walk. Forsyth back on the base paths for the second time tonight.
This was a considerably easier way to get on.
It's a hard-hitting Jacob Pappas. Pappas takes off the plate for a ball, 1-0. Pappas joined the team late, but ended up getting off to a very hot start. Hitting .324 coming into this game. It's just his 18th game in a Crabs uniform. And Forsyth, well, he stumbled as he dove back into first there. The throw was just a soft throw to keep him in check, but kind of stuffed it short of the base and then reached out and grabbed it. Here's the 1-0. Swung on and missed. Belt high fastball. And Pappas came up empty, 1-1. Another high fastball underneath it again. That's Pappas, 1-2. So 2 away. Forsyth takes his lead at first. Deep breath from Souza and delivers. Outside, 2-2. Here's the pitch. Popped up on the right side, but will be out of play. First baseman Vanderwall gave it a slight chase before watching that ball land out past the judo hut. We'll do it again. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Runner goes, pitches high, the throw down to second. And not able to haul it in is Wolf. That
Close.
throw was on target from O'Rourke. But in safely with a stolen base, Liam Forsyth. Forsyth, his 3rd stolen base of the year. It's now full count, 2 outs. Forsyth in scoring position. Pitch swung on and missed, and Pappas is retired. Crabs don't get any runs. They leave a runner stranded at second as we're on to the 4th. Crabs on top, 3-0 here on ESPN 107.3. So here's Sasso back out on the hill for his 4th inning of work with a 3-0 lead. Sasso, originally from McKinleyville High, pitching now at Colorado State Pueblo. I believe this is his 2nd or 3rd year.
I believe it's his 3rd year with us.
Pitching with the Crabs.
He didn't come in until the end of June, but I think it's his 3rd year this year.
Well, that was one thing that
He was great last year, and he's great this year.
Yeah. I was talking with Coach Giacconi, the pitching coach, and that was his one thing at the start of the season was they needed a few more arms. I think they had 1 or 2. They were already looking for 1 or 2 more, and then I think 1 or 2 also dropped off. So good to get some help from veteran in Sasso. So here is the second baseman, Kirk Wolf, righty on righty. First pitch from Sasso is skied down the right field side, right along the line, about 15 feet foul though. So just a strike. No balls, 1 strike to Wolf. walked in his first at bat. Now runs, 1 hit, 2 errors for the Kings. As that's a shot into right center field. Wolf charging around first. That one's going to roll all the way onto the warning track just short of the wall. Wolf is going to put on the brakes at second, but he's in standing with a double.
Right into the gap.
98 miles an hour off the bat. Put good lumber on that one.
That was the hardest hit ball so far against Sasso.
And that pitch was low. Wolf went down and got it.
Maybe the only hard hit ball so far.
So now it's the lefty Coloma. Pitch from Sasso. Fouled out of play. Over towards the Arcata Transit Center. Long strike, 0-1. Long look in for Sasso, now comes set. And deals. Off-speed pitch, started high, stayed high. 1-1. I don't ever think we set the Crabs defensively. Forsythe's behind the plate, Morris at third, McNeil's the shortstop, Sewell at second, Hirschkorn at first, Pappas in left, Timmy Reed in center, Tyler Howard's the right fielder. One from Sasso. Misses off the plate. 2-1.
Excuse me.
Relatively short lead for Wolf at second. We know he's got speed. 2-1. Off the plate, 3-1. Crabs on top, 3-0 here. Top of the fourth against the West Coast Kings. A Pacific Empire League game. Crabs came into the weekend a half game back of Healdsburg in first place as that ball's fouled out of play. The full count, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Pitch to Coloma. It's a chopper down the first base line, but foul. Just outside of the bag. And Hirschkorn grabbed that one relatively easy. He's hugging the line, playing very deep at first. Again, runner at second with nobody out. The 3-2. Low and inside, and he walked him.
Uh-oh.
So Coloma takes first, and now it's 2 on with nobody out. First real scoring opportunity for the Kings. Here it comes in the top of the fourth inning. So Wolf at second, Coloma at first. Jaden Lee is the batter. He takes high and tight for a ball, 1-0. Sasso out of the stretch. Deals a chopper right back to Sasso. Goes to second for 1. The turn to first, skips in, and it gets by Hirschkorn. A run is going to come in to score.
It's going to be an error on
Sewell.
Sewell, yeah.
So Wolf comes around to score. The Kings get their first run. Coloma is out on the fielder's choice. And the error allowed Wolf to come around to score. So first error for the Crabs. Allows a run. And Sasso, the throw over to first. Did he get him? No, that was close. He threw just as Lee took a step. Had his momentum going the opposite direction. He was able to get back in safely. So runner at first, only one out here. Top of the fourth. Kings already have one run in. Lee dancing a little at first. That pitch is chopped foul by Vanderwall.
No me gusta.
The big left-handed hitting Vanderwall.
Yeah, he looks like he could tie the game.
Singled in his first at bat. Another throw over to first. Back in standing as Lee. Sasso taking his time, another step. Pitch is high and a look to first, no throw. Little pump fake by Forsyth. Trying to keep Lee honest over at first. He's definitely trying to get Sasso's attention. He's got Forsyth's for sure. Another half step for Lee. Not going. Pitches a backdoor slider. Beautiful pitch there from Sasso. Just painted the outside edge. 1-2. The 1-2 now from Sasso. Way outside for a ball. 2-2. Crabs got 6 strong in game 1 from Jonah Fragus. Sasso into the fourth here. The 2-2 is a shot foul right at the Crabs dugout. Took a huge ricochet. And if any of those guys were nodding off, they're awake now.
That's right.
I love how they have the protective netting in the dugout and everybody sits right in front.
I know,
of
they all sit in front.
The 2-2 now to Vanderwall. Low and inside. Forsyth blocks it. Good job to keep the ball in front of him, but the count runs full. Looks like we got a pinch hitter in the on-deck circle for the Kings. But first, the full count. Throw over to first. Back in standing is Lee. Still just one away here in the top of the fourth. The Kings have one run across. They trail the Crabs 3-1. Runner goes. Shot to Hirschkorn at first. Thought about going to second, but hit and run prevents the double play.
Nice play by Hirschkorn there, though. Heads up.
So Lee advances to second. Hirschkorn just takes it to the bag himself to get Vanderwall off the base pass.
Number 33, pinch hitter, Jake Lyle.
So it's Jake Lyle who's pinch hitting now for O'Rourke, who's the catcher. Don't often see this early in the game. I wonder if injury perhaps? I mean, unlikely that you'd pinch hit for your catcher.
That's true, huh? A pinch runner, too.
So Lee exits. And pinch runner is number 26. We'll get a name for you. There's a broken bat chopper to Morris at third. Gloves it. The long throw to first is in time.
So good.
So Lyle is retired, and not only did he have to glove that one cleanly, but he had to avoid the broken bat coming right at him. Spectacular play at third from Morris ends the inning. Kings get a run. They trail the Crabs 3-1 onto the bottom of the fourth here on ESPN 107.3. Back here at the ballpark, bottom of the fourth inning. Crabs on top, 3-1. Game 2 of our doubleheader. As it will be Sousa back out on the mound for his second inning of work. The new catcher, well, you can't quite see it, but I'm assuming that's going to be Jake Lyle.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Lyle. Although he did catch the first game, didn't he?
I don't believe so. It was Vanderwall was the catcher.
No, Lyle was a DH in the first game. Okay, that makes sense.
So here's the shortstop, Elijah McNeil. First pitch from Sousa is fouled straight back. The 0-1 off the plate for a ball, 1-1. McNeil singled in his first bat. Takes an off-speed pitch. We got a wide strike zone. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The pitch. Off speed, way out in front. McNeil goes down swinging. Third strikeout rather for Henry Sousa. Brings up Timmy Reed. Reed struck out looking.
That's easy to do with this umpire.
First pitch to Reed. Oh, he plunked him. Fortunately, it was a 71-mile-an-hour off-speed pitch, so hopefully it won't be black and blue tomorrow.
That's the way to get plunked, for sure.
I'd say the only thing better than that would have been a knuckleball or an ephus.
That's right.
So speed on first in the form of Timmy Reed brings up the leadoff hitter, Keenan Morris.
I don't think we've ever had a knuckleballer here. It's a lost art. I was thinking if I rematriculate into college and then I learned a knuckleball, I could conceivably play for the Crabs.
First pitch to Morris is fouled out of play. That is a thought.
You know, you just have to be college eligible, right? I mean, so, I mean, I could, like I said, I could rematriculate, get a second BA.
It is a thought.
Learn the knuckleball.
Throw over to first, and back in standing is Reed. So what? So now you're going to be a knuckleball specialist for the Crabs. We're going to get you to umpire a game. What can't you do, Benjamin? The The ever-talented
One thing I
professor.
would never try is to sing the national anthem.
Pitches low for a ball 1-1.
That's the one thing, at least.
So you would pitch, but you draw the line at singing.
I'm not going to.
What about take me out to the ball game?
No, nobody wants to hear me sing any of those things.
One skied, foul and out of play. It'll
But
be
I mean,
1-2.
the knuckleball can be an effective hit, and with pitching with the DH, you know, it's not like I have to go up and bat.
So you'd rather pitch for a season than sing the national anthem once.
Absolutely.
Okay, just clarifying.
I wouldn't have to limit it to one season either. I've got 4 years. If I get another
1-2 is
4 years.
belted down the line, but foul. One hopper, and hello to the Kings bullpen. That's right, 4 years.
That's 4 years. I mean, you know. Well, 2, I guess, really. But anyway, still. I mean, the Fontanetti Athletics, who are now defunct, but many years ago, they had a guy who was in his 50s playing for them.
Swing and a miss by Morris, goes down to one knee. A fastball at the bottom third of the zone for out number 2.
Ron Mingo.
Steelheads, when they were Humboldt Steelheads, had some older guys playing on their teams. B-52s. We're just saying.
You know, getting ready to retire here. I've got time.
3-1, Crabs are on top here. Game 2 of our doubleheader. First pitch to Howard. Outside the zone, but called for a strike. The zone is expanded left to right, not up and down yet.
No, it'll never expand up and down. It'll only be left and right.
The 0-1 swung on and missed. That was right down the heart of the plate. Howard came up empty, 0-2.
It's kind of bell-shaped.
Oh, 2 is skied up in the air just onto the outfield grass. It'll be the second baseman, Wolf, making the catch. So the Crabs get a base runner, leave him stranded as we're on to the 5th. Crabs on top, 3-1 here on ESPN 107.3. Back at the ballpark here, Cameron Sasso out for his 5th inning of work. Crabs on top, 3-1 alongside the Professor, Benjamin Schaefer, Mitchell Manji, Liam Warner, manning the booth here. Tyler back in our Eureka studios. Big thank you to Tyler for covering a doubleheader. Crabs on top, 3-1. It'll be 8-9-1 for the Kings. So Martini, the designated hitter, swings at the first pitch he sees. Comes up empty. No balls, 1 strike. Sasso from the belt. Deals swing and a miss. Tied him up on a pitch inside. It's quickly 0-2. Misses low and away, 1-2. Left-handed hitting Martini. struck out swinging his first time. 1-2, backdoor slider stayed low.
Close pitch.
Just like you said, though, the ball, zone won't expand up or down, just
No.
side to side. The 2-2, big swing and a miss.
Great pitch.
Fastball elevated. Martini's retired for the first out here in the 5th. Some light action down in the Crabs bullpen. Kings got at least one arm getting loose as well. So here is a pinch hitter. Cale Lumbert pops that one foul over into the right field picnic area. Pinch hits for Rogan Bodie. Lumbert started at third in game 1. Top of the order in the form of D'Amelio on deck with one away. A 1 is low and a ball. Now 1-1. Sasso deals inside, nearly hit him. 2 balls, 1 strike now. His 4th appearance, first start for Cameron Sasso of the year. 2-1 is fouled back to the screen. Count evens at 2. So our second game got underway around 8:15. The twin bill of 7-inning games. 2 balls, 2 strikes now. Sasso deals, breaking pitch, called strike 3. Norton with a little pause for effect before ringing up the pinch hitter Lumbert. So back-to-back Ks. Brings up the leadoff hitter, Joey D'Amelio. D'Amelio, center fielder. Righty on righty. 3rd time through the order for the Kings against Sasso. 2 outs, first pitch, fouled, out of play. That's one way to make money. Selling foul sponsorships for every
Sponsor
single
the foul balls.
Every single foul ball.
Yeah, it seems like a lot, but there it is.
The 0-1 called for a strike.
It's taken me half the season to realize what the fireplace is.
You've never heard of a fireplace? Like, you put wood in it, creates heat.
Yeah, I've assumed it was a fireplace sales shop.
Is it a restaurant?
Turns out it's not that.
The 0-2, check swing and rung him up. The ball was in the zone, so Sasso strikes out the side onto the home half of the 5th. Crabs on top, 3-1 here on ESPN 107.3. So new pitcher on the mound is the right-hander Jack Tews for the Kings. Everybody Van Slyke, Sousa, and now Tews. Van Slyke and Sousa each 2 innings of work.
Thanks to the North Coast Mercantile, family-owned and operated, serving Humboldt County since 1951. North Coast Mercantile brings you a fantastic assortment of domestic import and craft beers, as well as wine, spirits, non-alcoholic beverages, and snacks. Check out the Titus trailer in the right field beer garden at the Arcata Ballpark, where they have 8 taps featuring local micro brews, wine, and cider. Also, U.S. Bank strengthening our local communities. Their commitments come to life through their people, programs, and policies. Together, we can make a difference in the community we serve. Let's hope that's a positive difference they have in mind.
Heart of the order, due up for the Crabs. Sewell, Enyard, Hirschkorn, 3, 4, 5. To face Tews. Last couple parting words of advice from his catcher, Jake Lyle, before he retreats behind the dish. Bottom of the 5th, Crabs on top, 3-1. Out of the windup, Tews rocks, deals, fouled. Out of play by Sewell. Cameron Sewell leading the team in home runs with 7. If he gets hot, he could set Crabs' single-season record. The 0-1 fastball right down the middle, 90 miles an hour from Tews, popping the glove for strike 2. The 0-2. Popped up. Left side. Shortstop going out, left fielder coming in, and it is the shortstop making the catch. Rogan Bodie was the shortstop, but he was pinch hit for, so can't see the number.
Well, let's see, the pinch hitter was Polasek.
Yeah,
must have moved over.
Polasek moves from third to short, and Lumbert comes in at third. So 1 away, first pitch is high to Enyard. One ball, no strikes. The pitch from Tews stays high again. (2-0), fouled out of play. And it's Wilford in at left for Jaden Lee. The 2-1, big cut. Enyard comes up empty. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 away, bottom of the 5th. That one's fouled off. Enyard battling. Enyard is singled and struck out. He does have 1 RBI. Knocked Howard home for the first run of the game. 2-2 stays low for a ball. The count runs full. Payoff pitch. It's chopped back off of his helmet. And, ooh, that's got to hurt Enyard. Tosses his helmet to the side in frustration.
That might have. Good.
Yeah, he might have fouled that one off of his cheek. I don't know. It got a piece of his face in the helmet, but
the way he took his helmet off, I'm pretty sure it hit him in the face.
I think it hit somewhere off of his face.
Yeah, he's rubbing his right cheek. It's a nice little ovation from the crowd. He just frustratingly had his index fingers in both the ear holes of the helmet, spinning it a couple of times in rotation before putting it back on.
Yeah.
Does not feel good.
I don't think it did.
So the count remains full. One away in the bottom of the fifth. Adam Enyard going to try to air out that frustration. Swings and misses. Chased a pitch high at 91 miles an hour, and
What a lame at bat. That's terrible.
loud expletive on his way back to the dugout.
I don't blame him. Sometimes that's just what's needed.
So now it'll be Hirschkorn. Pair of ground outs, 0 for 2. First pitch fouled out of play. Crabs have had a lot of foul balls here in game 2, it seems like. Just unable to get solid contact.
Yeah, the runs have not come from big hits. They've been mostly errors. And
The 0-1's driven down the right field line, but foul. As a matter of fact, that it was Wolf of the Kings who has probably the best hit of the night.
Right.
That double into the gap in right center. So Hirschkorn falling behind 0-2. 2 down, bottom fifth. Pitch high, check to swing. The appeal down to first, no swing. Hirschkorn will live to see another pitch. The 1-2, low and away. And 2 since he's come in, he's been fastball dominant. Fastball in the low 90s. Got a fastball with that kind of speed and command. I mean, you don't really need the other pitches except to change it up. There's a chopper up the middle. Polasek loves it. The throw to first, and Hirschkorn is retired. So Crabs go quietly in the fifth. We're on to the sixth. Crabs on top, 3-1, ESPN 107.3. Cameron Sasso's night is done. He goes 5 strong, giving up just 1 run. Now in 2 hits, it will be the freshman from Central Arizona University, the tall righty, Brody Jacobs, on in relief.
And Brody Jacobs comes in with a record of 2-0. He has 2 starts, 20 2/3 innings pitched. He's given up 13 hits, 14 runs, 10 were earned. He's walked 11 and struck out 20. ERA of, now I lost him. 4.35.
And he's had a little bit of ups and downs.
He has, for sure. He's been really good, and he's been wild.
That's exactly what I was going to say, is when he's on, he's one of the better arms on the staff. And again, just a freshman as well, so. It's always nice when you get some of the younger guys who will stick it around for a couple of years.
Unlike some people, like Tony Coloma.
Ruthless. Just ruthless.
Who's on the opposing team now.
I should just bring up the pitch clock to get you complaining about something different. First pitch is in there for a called strike, 87 miles an hour from Brody
Well,
Jacobs.
I'm just pointing out, you said, I mean, we these guys coming back, and I'm like, well, they don't always come back. Sometimes they go and play for our enemies.
Waved at a high strike there. Did Polasek. Benjamin, are you petty? I couldn't tell. The 0-2. Fouled off, out of play. I wouldn't say the Crabs versus Kings is exactly Giants-Dodgers.
Well, that's, yeah.
The 0-2 fouled straight back to the screen. Polasek
As far as I'm
stays alive.
concerned, Crabs versus anybody is Giants-Dodgers.
Okay. Thank you for your clarification. And thank you for your objective opinions. The 0-2 again fouled out of play. So still 0-2, but the sixth pitch of the at-bat here. Polasek, there's a backdoor slider, doesn't bite. 1-2.
I do wonder sometimes, these players must all know each other from college ball, right? Because even though a lot of them are on the same team in college, even though they're on different teams now, but they also play each other during the season, right? So a lot of these guys have played against each other many times, I take it.
There's the backdoor slider catching the outside part of the zone, and Polasek goes down looking. No, I have to imagine that you're right. I mean, you see, and whenever you're playing like summer ball or college ball, if you have that amount of talent, you usually are familiar with other players from whether it's Little League, high school, playing in that area, college. I mean, 'cause these are majority, probably 95%, West Coast schools.
Yeah. And I see them chatting between innings and stuff. They seem to know each other.
Doesn't seem like they treat each other like the enemy.
No. No, they don't.
It's a fastball on the outside part of the plate for a called strike one. The slider popped up on the infield. Drifting into foul territory. Hirschkorn tracking and misses it. Overran it.
I think that's a drop foul error. Yeah.
So an error. He's going to go against Hirschkorn's record. Benjamin making the executive decision to drop his fielding percentage.
I wouldn't put it that way.
No, Hirschkorn just slightly overran it. That's a tough play to make in the lights. The 0-2 is off the outside corner for a ball, 1-2. So Kirk Wolf in his last at bat belted one out to right center. A very strong double. Came in to score the Kings' only run. Here's the 1-2. There's a slow roller to the right side, handled by Hirschkorn. Underhand to
done.
Jacobs, covering in time for the out. So Hirschkorn makes up for it. They get the out regardless, and now there's 2 away. Again, we're just playing 7 innings, game 2 of our doubleheader, so top of the 6th and 4 outs away from a Saturday sweep for the Crabs. First pitch to Keone Kaloma.
Which means the deciding game is tomorrow.
1 ball, no strikes.
Sorry, not the deciding game, but Crabs can sweep tomorrow, can win the series tomorrow, or we could split.
Got to get through tonight first as Kaloma takes a strike on the outside part of the plate.
It's only 3-1.
This game had a lot of energy the first 2 innings, especially the Crabs, the way they got their bats going early, but has since really calmed out. There's a backdoor slider for a called strike. Very well executed.
Pitch.
So nice job by Jacobs. In relief against Sasso, went 5 strong for the Crabs. Gave up just 1 run. Jacobs trying to help seal the deal for him.
Crabs got some great pitching tonight in general.
1-2. Ball had some movement running away from the plate. Almost like a 2-seam fastball or something with movement running away from the left-handed hitting Coloma. 2-2 outside part of the plate, rings him up, strike 3. There's the Zach Norton strikeout special, and Coloma is retired looking. Onto the home half of the 6th, Crabs looking for some insurance, up 3-1 here on ESPN 107.3. Bottom of the 6th, Crabs with a 2-run cushion looking for some more. So it will be Forsythe, Pappas, and McNeil scheduled to bat here in the bottom of the 6th. Crabs with a 3-run lead. They got a run in the first off an RBI single from Adam Enyart. Plated 2 in the second as McNeil and Howard both drove in a pair of runs. Here's the catcher, Liam Forsythe. Reached base on a walk in the 3rd, struck out and reached on an error in the 2nd, came around to score. He takes that one inside and hit him. Forsythe taking one for the team there. Trots his way on down to first. Crabs have a base runner on with nobody out, just like that.
I get the feeling 3-1 may not be enough.
Especially the way the last inning of the game has been going for the Crabs as of late.
Yeah.
So here's Pappas. Ooh, way out in front of an off-speed pitch there. His eyes lit up, but came up empty. No balls, 1 strike. Medium lead at first for Forsythe. The throw down to try and behind him, and it goes into right field. On his way to second is Forsythe. And an error on the catcher Lyle. So O'Rourke had an error.
Well, that's a big play for the Crabs.
That breaks up the double play opportunity and puts a runner in scoring position with nobody out here in the 6th. So no balls, 2 strikes, as that was a called strike. Basically right down the heart of the plate. Pappas sends that one foul down the 3rd baseline. Nobody even really near Forsythe at second to hold him accountable. was able to get a pretty decent lead. Does so again. The 0-2 by Pappas, lined into left. Forsyth rounding third. He will score. Pappas with a big turn and puts the brakes on. An RBI single for the Fresno State Bulldog. There's some insurance. It's now 4-1.
So the error looms pretty large there.
Forsyth would not have gotten around to score from first.
No way.
So Pappas now 2 for 3 on the night, standing at first after driving in another one. Crabs bullpen is quiet, so it looks like it'll be a two-inning save opportunity for Brody Jacobs. He'll get the opportunity to finish it off. Now McNeil, shortstop. First pitch is in there for a called strike.
Super cool batting gloves.
And he's got the pink shin guard to match as
Yeah.
well. McNeil tall for a shortstop.
And I was saying that like a week ago. Yeah, he is.
Runner goes. That one is fouled out of play.
Although that's more common nowadays than it used to be.
Well, even Oregon State had a transfer from Washington, Ivar Kett. He's a top 10 prospect in the draft. He's 6'5".
Wow, really?
And there was a play in the College World Series where there was a throw down to second that was high. I mean, you're 6', 6'2", even you're not catching it, but
Yeah,
just because of that height, he's
Yeah.
able to prevent it from going into center.
Yeah.
So
Well, and how tall was Ripken and Tulowitzki? They were both pretty tall.
absolutely. 0-2 is way outside. Yeah, Tulo had some serious size for a shortstop.
Yeah.
So 1 ball, 2 strikes now to McNeil.
McNeil is smooth out there, man. He is.
Pappas the runner at first. Running, he goes. Poked into right, but foul. So Pappas is getting a little bit of a workout, running back and forth between first and second. Second time that McNeil's fouled it off on a hit and run situation. Twos checks the runner at first, comes set. The 1-2 yet again, though. He'll throw over, trying to keep Pappas honest. Same size lead. Twos comes home. That one's skied into right field. Coloma over towards the line and makes the catch. Out number 1. So McNeil flies out.
Now batting for the Crabs, Timmy Reed.
Here's the 9-hole hitter, center fielder Timmy Reed. One away here, bottom of the 6th. Crabs have 1 run across. They lead it 4-1. Pappas goes, the throw. Hosed him. And beautiful throw from Lyle. Pappas had no shot, and he got a good jump too.
Right on the money.
Lyle with a laser for the second out. So Reed, maybe not beneficiary, but product of the Zach Norton strike zone. It's 0-1 right there again on the outside part of the plate, but this a little bit better, 0-2. So all of a sudden, an inning that looked like Crabs had a little bit of momentum to potentially add even more. It's now bleak as that pitch is high, 1-2.
Well, by my calculation, 3 of the Crabs' 4 runs are unearned.
The 1-2, swing and a miss. So Reed is retired, and we are on to the 7th and hopefully final inning of the game. Brody Jacobs trotting back out to the mound to try and seal the deal for the Crabs here on ESPN 107.3. Brody Jacobs looking to get the save. Let's see, does he have a save so far on the season?
I think he must have at least one.
Well, it's not going to help if I'm looking at the batting sheet.
Yeah, right. Jacobs has one.
So looking for save number 2. He'll face the 5, 6, 7 hitters for the Kings. First pitch right down the middle.
That's what we like to see.
Wilford.
First pitch strike.
Jacobs out of the stretch, kicks, deals. Beautiful slider, called strike 2.
I like that even more.
So fastball, slider, see if Jacobs goes back to the heat here. See if he's probably going to elevate it. And, well, it's pretty clear Wilford thought like me, and we were both wrong. That was the bottom third of the zone right in there. The fastball froze him, called strike 3.
Adios. Happy trails.
So 3 strikeouts now for Jacobs. And out of the 4 batters he's faced. So now it's Vanderwall. Look at Jacobs just pumping the zone. Called strike 1.
That's what we like to see. Just throw strikes. Got a 3-run lead. Just put it over the heart of the plate.
That's a slider. Stayed high. 1-1. So Crabs 2 outs away from sealing the deal.
Sweeping the doubleheader. Try to win the series tomorrow.
1-1 stays high with the fastball. 2-1. Jacobs kicks, deals. Big swing and a miss. 2-2 now to Vanderwall. The pitch. Skied up, left side. Foul territory, Keenan Morris.
All right.
Mr. Reliable snags it for out number 2. Just such a an ever reliable workhorse, Keenan Morris. I mean, just
I wish they'd always hit it to Keenan.
fortunate to have him on our team. Down to the last out. And a pinch hitter here.
Who's this?
It'll be Peyton Richards, number 27, right-handed hitter. The 0-1 from Jacobs. Fouled back again. And ahead 0-2. So Brody Jacobs filling up the strike column here in the 7th. Crabs fans starting to make some noise. Jacobs kicks, deals, elevated fastball, not chased by Richards. 1-2. 2 away, top of the 7th. The pitch. Slider, fouled out of play.
Just got a piece of it.
And that was a very conservative, protected swing from
Yes.
Richards. Just trying to foul that off and stay alive, live to see another day.
It's my imagination. Does he have a relatively small bat?
It might be. It might just be the coloring. The 1-2 fouled back again. I think because of usually you only see the handle kind of down by the hands a different color.
Yeah.
It's 3/4 of the way up the bat.
Yeah, because it looks small to me.
The 1-2 again to Richards. Backdoor slider, low and away. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Jacobs trying to get the job done. Kicks, deals, swing and a miss. Strike 3. Richards is retired, and the Crabs win it 4-1. Brody Jacobs with the 2-inning save. Cameron Sasso will get the win. He went 5 strong. And how about Brody Jacobs? 2 perfect innings.
2 perfect innings, and he was on the money.
And how about that? A no sweat last
That's
inning.
right. No sweat last inning finally, and great pitching tonight from the Crabs all the way around in both games. So good to see that as well.
Back-to-back victories. Crabs take game 1 6-4, win the nightcap 4-1, and will look to win the series tomorrow. First pitch will be at 12:30. Benjamin Schaefer, Liam Warner on the call at 12:25. And a huge thank you to Tyler back in our studio. Liam, as always, for manning the booth. To my broadcast partner, Benjamin Schaefer, I'm Mitchell Manji saying so long from the Arcata Ballpark. The Crabs win by a score of 4-1.